Hey guys, this is going to be a live tarot card reading for November, and I'm doing it live in my group, and eventually I'm going to put it on YouTube in a couple days so that I don't have to edit a video. I'm going to be using the Effortless Tarot deck that I created. Alright, let's get started. This is a tarot card reading for anybody that's intuitive, anybody that's psychic, opening up their clairs, and anybody that may see dead people, talk to ghosts, that sort of thing. Let's get started. All right, November 2021. If you're watching this at a later date, you're watching it for a reason. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle my cards here. And apologies in advance if you can hear my dog Rebel downstairs barking. All right, what's going on in November? November predictions 2021. All right, the first week of November 1st through 7th, I guess, we have the Two of Cups. And this shows a coffee mug and a teacup. Number 2 is usually about togetherness, a decision. As a life path, 2s are very sensitive. Hi, who's ever watching? And this card means loyalty, unity, partnership, romance. And as a person, it's someone who is really warm, caring, and compassionate. It could be someone with the sun sign of Cancer. That's someone who is born between June 21st and mid-July. I'm going to show you the card again. So in the beginning of November, there is potential for romance. If you already have a partner, it's time to spend more time with them. And I'm going to pull a couple of clarifying cards as well about that first week in November. This is an oracle deck by Doreen Virtue that I'm using to clarify the Effortless Tarot card deck. Clarify this Two of Cups. Right, we've got treasure chest. So this shows a mermaid opening a treasure chest and being like, wow, look at all that treasure inside. This card is blue, which is all about the throat center, which is your communication, being authentic, not afraid to express yourself. And this card says, an unseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. And this might... So abundance is not just money. Abundance is all the things that you have in your life that money can't buy, including love, your partner, relationships, friendships. So make sure that you're not just working, and make sure that you're having a balance of all that fun time with loved ones, with this Two of Cups. Now, let's talk about the second week of November. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull a spirit animal card for that as well from the animal medicine deck, because I want this to be... All right. We've got the hawk. Also has a number 2 on it. And I'm just going to show it to you there. Remember I said 2 is also about choices, togetherness. As a person, it's someone who is sensitive, maybe overly sensitive to the needs of others. And the hawk is a bird, so it flies. And this usually goes with the element of air, so thoughts. So maybe you've been thinking a lot about your loved ones lately, maybe dreading what's going to happen with Thanksgiving. Like, do you have to do things just because it's tradition, or can you do your own thing? This is also another card that's asking you to be authentic. Don't do things out of obligation. And Hawk asks yourself to fly above all the... Look beyond the surface of everything that's going on right now. Like, look at it from a higher perspective. Fly above it and look at it from a higher perspective. And Hawk is also about giving yourself permission to have what you want. So, if there's something that you want or someone that you want, let go of fear and give yourself permission to go after that. As an air animal, hawk might also be reminding you to stay balanced by staying grounded, not just flying up in the air and thinking all the time, but being in your body and enjoying the fall weather. I don't know about you guys, but it's getting like nice and crisp and fall here finally. Hi, Catherine. Although like a couple days ago it was like 80 degrees, so I'm ready for fall. All right, what's in store for this second week of November? We've got the Page of Pentacles, and this shows a child wizard with a magic wand and some coins. And he's got a Halloween pumpkin. I love that because Halloween is in a couple days. So this shows that in the second week of November, there is a potential for you to learn something. This is all about developing your skills, putting them to use so that you can manifest and co-create with the universe and other people around you. This is also a message about new beginnings. And this card represents earth signs. So people that are born, I'm an earth sign, so Virgo, there's also Capricorn and Taurus. Those are earth signs. All those earthy people. And as a timeline, if you had some question on your mind when you're watching, this says yes, and something is about to happen before you're ready. So take advantage of some learning opportunity that's coming up. Work on your skills. You're ready. There is no readiness fairy. Remember, that's one of my favorite sayings that I always tell my students. So I'm going to clarify that card with an oracle card. 2 came up. So the first card that came up is Alchemy, and this shows a mermaid who is swimming higher. So she's going higher. She's leaving her comfort zone, and this says you have the Midas touch right now. Every project you begin turns to gold, and like there's a little stack of gold coins there, so that's a nice tie-in. And this card, when it usually comes up, says that the next card is extra important, and the next card behind it is the protection card, and this shows a mermaid holding a baby mermaid. This card was blue, which is all about authentic communication, being your real authentic self. Yellow is all about personal power. So it's about staying out of fear. It's about being courageous and bold and being yourself without, regards to what people or how people are going to react to it. So don't give your power away to other people. And this card says you, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected. So if you are afraid of something right now, perhaps you've been watching too many horror movies for Halloween like I have, just know that you are safe and your loved ones are safe. Stay out of worry, stay out of fear. Do what you can to get rid of that fear energy. All right. Now, the third week of November 2021. It's funny, I was thinking of this card earlier. This is the 5 of Pentacles, and this shows a person who's like out in the cold outside of a church. They're like a homeless person or a beggar or something, and they're dreaming of money. So 5 is usually a number of change, instability, but this card shows someone who is, they're really focusing on lack. They're focusing on things that they don't have instead of being grateful for all that they do have. They always feel like something is missing. This is the type of person that they are chasing things. They might be chasing love. They might be chasing money. They might be chasing accomplishments to fill that empty feeling. As a person, this could be a Taurus or somebody else who is born between April 21st and April 30th. April 21st and the middle of May, but specifically that person was born between April 21st and April 30th. So this is asking you to stay out of feeling sorry for yourself, stay out of lack mindset, focus on all that you have, especially because Thanksgiving is coming up. And I'm going to clarify this one with an animal medicine card. All right, clarify this lack mindset. Ooh, we've got the Raven. I love this card. It's another bird card, so you guys must really be thinking a lot. Make sure you're spending an equal amount of time exercising. All right, so the raven represents magic. And so, like I said before, don't just look at things on the surface. So, the way you look at things, your perspective often shapes them. So, Raven is asking you to use your powers use your magic, use your perspective to change things. If you see yourself as someone who lacks things, that's what you will be. So use your power. Don't give your power away. Use your magic to change your situation. All right, let's see what's going on for the last week of November. 5 of Cups. This really goes with this 5 of Pentacles. And this shows a person who's like crying over spilled milk. There's 5 cups. 3 of them are spilled. He's got 2 golden cups here. And he's focusing instead on what he lost. So this is someone who is feeling disappointed, dwelling on past, or feeling regretful, feeling guilty. It could be someone pessimistic, maybe one of your relatives that you have to see around Thanksgiving. It could be somebody who's hard to please. It could be someone who is a Scorpio, born around this time, which is today's October 27th. So, how to get out of that funk. I'll pull an oracle card for that. Boundaries. So another one wants to come forward. All right. We've got boundaries. This is from another deck. And this shows a person who's like, get the heck away from me. But if you let everyone feed off your energy and you're always giving to someone else, yeah, you can feel like your cups are empty. So this card asks you, where in your life do you need to establish better boundaries? What the heck is a boundary? Boundaries are what you will and won't accept from yourself, and it's up to you to enforce them. I'll give you an example. The other night, over the weekend, me and Chad were eating at a restaurant, and we were outside, and there was like a wall, and like on the other side of the wall, a homeless guy was walking by, and he was like trying to high five my husband while we were eating, and he was smoking, and I was really happy that Chad asked him to not smoke, and I asked him to leave because we're about to eat. But yeah, that's an example of boundaries. If someone is smoking and you're eating, you don't have to just sit and pout. You don't have to put up with it. You can ask them politely to smoke somewhere else, and that's what we did. Another thing to help overcome that 5 of Cups negative energy is positive energy, and this card came out behind the boundaries card, and this shows a school of dolphins swimming. It's hard to see because the circle light that I'm using to film is reflecting off this. And this says, surround yourself with positive people and situations. I'm not saying you have to be all rainbows and sunshine all the time, but do what you can to turn those negatives into a positive situation. Use them to propel yourself out of it. And what else? I'm going to clarify that with the bear. I'm sorry, with the spirit animal card. I had the bear in my hand. It's another 5. Matches all the numbers. That's so funny. All the clarifying cards I pull match. So, like I said, 5 is a number of instability, change. It's also like a rebel number. It doesn't like following the status quo or towing the line. Speaking of which, my dog is named Rebel. And this card is the bear. And bear is all about getting out of the spotlight and going to your cave so that you can, a quiet place so that you can hear the messages of your intuition. This is also about, receptive energy. So listening, not just giving all the time, but listening and receiving. And behind the bear, there was the frog. And since I looked at it, I thought it was a card that was for you guys as well. And the frog is, so bear is all about earth, which is everything that you can see and touch. And earth is all about being grounded, focusing on the here and now, not worrying about what's happening next week or last week, just focusing on what's going on right now. Frog is a water animal and an earth animal, so it's also about emotions. Water is very emotional. And frog represents cleansing. So if you have been going through a crappy time, like this 5 of Pentacles and 5 of Cups, frog is asking you to cleanse it out of your system, let it go. And frog really feels renewed when it spends time around water, and frog invites you to do the same. So preferably somewhere in nature. Like I said, it's starting to get cold. That doesn't mean you have to swim in it, but just being near flowing water will help that, help you get in touch with that positive intuition flow in your life and help you feel a lot better and more grounded. So let me see if another card wants to come through. What else do we have for everyone who's watching for November? All right, last but not least, we have the Ace of Swords. So this card shows a hand coming out of the cloud carrying a sword, and swords are often thoughts. So you might have thoughts coming out of you from nowhere. You might have memories coming at you from seemingly out of nowhere. It's about to be Halloween, so the veil between the realms is thinner. So this could be spiritual communication, but this card is asking you to use direct communication, use your logic and your reason. Stay balanced. Don't just be all up in your upper energy centers. Don't just be all up in your psychic abilities and in your psychic stuff. Like, use your logic and your reason as well. And as a person, this could be a Gemini or another air sign like a Libra or Aquarius. And this is another yes card. So out of the blue, something's going to happen out of the blue. But I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of emotions and thoughts from other people, especially around Thanksgiving time. So use your reason and use your boundaries. That's it, guys. This was using the Effortless Tarot deck, which is available in my Etsy shop. Thanks for watching. See you next time.